It's been some time, huh?
Yeah. Hello, Edina. Where are you in this part of the world?
I am traveling always.
Ah, I can see. You are in the boat.
Yes, I continue hosting, I continue retreats. We started, and this is the last one, 10 people, 12 actually. And I'm done for the season for 2025.
Ah. And you, Laura, you are in London?
Yes, I'm moving my flat. I moved to a new house.
Oh, really? Where you going?
Yeah. They sold the flat I was staying for 3 years, which I loved it, and I was very upset about it actually. But then I'm super excited to move in a new place.
Mm.
And the past 1 week was more with taking out everything that it's old. I even let go of photos with my previous boyfriend and like notebooks that I wrote things. I just let go of everything. I throw everything away and start new.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very good to move houses. Let go
Wow.
of
I
the
feel
past.
now it's exactly perfection for me.
Yeah, fantastic. And you, Sharon, how are you?
I'm doing better.
Oh,
The
good.
the round where people read for me really helped a lot.
Oh,
So,
good.
I mean, it's I'm not here, but I'm not here. I'm like here. So
Good.
I'm kind of slowly coming out of it. It's was very important to do. It was very helpful what people came up with. I really did feel a difference after. So
Good. And Sylvia, you in New York?
I'm in New Jersey, actually. I live in New Jersey, just next to New York. But
Mm.
yes, I'm here at home today. My daughter wasn't feeling too good, so I was supposed to be in the office and I was going to miss it all. It was like there was no way I would be able to make it to the call today. But I'm at home now and I could join. Just like
Good.
that's wonderful how things work. She's doing good.
Good. You joined for the Aura 4 online? Is that my
I not yet, but I am planning to do it. I
Mm.
spoke with Rafaela yesterday. She sent me the PDF file that she has. So I'm hoping to be able to join online.
Because I thought, is that Sylvia? Our Sylvia? I was not sure because there's so many Sylvias.
I can
So,
imagine. Yeah,
well,
I haven't joined yet, so it's probably not me, but I'm looking at it.
okay. Well, Diego is here with all his family, with Carlita, with 2 months old baby, with Lukai, who is 4. It's amazing. Eva also already arrived. In 2 days comes Jen. There's like 30 people arriving here. So, and today we're going to meet a few of Zunia people that I met when I was there, and we all go to the waterfall together. It's very nice that everybody came at the same time. I don't know how that happened because nobody arranged anything, but it just happened, synchronicity. And yeah, and I'm very happy. The next 2 days, I'm going to the secret garden because I need to prepare myself spiritually and just be very, very connected to nature and the divine. So I will not have internet. And I want to open for questions that you might have. I know Irina was asking a question when I arrived, and also I thought about doing something, but first I would like to hear your questions. Hello, Dada. Good morning. She's living right next to me, but I don't see her so much.
Yeah, we are seeing each other every day, Angel. It's because I
Yeah,
guess you
every
have
day.
so many things you don't remember.
So, yeah, my days are intense. The little one.
It's never enough of that. It's never enough.
Dada, 2 o'clock, I'm picking you up, huh? Or you
Okay,
come to my
I'm
house.
ready. I'm super beautiful already to our meeting.
Mm. Mm. Jen is in Greece. I can see, I recognize that photo.
I'm in Greece.
Oh, you're in Greece, Jen, darling. You soon
Oh,
arrive here. So, Irina, you want to tell us a little bit about your question?
Well, it's not really a question because now I'm learning and diving more deeper into numerology because I always liked it. And somehow I found it that numbers just, makes me like more grounded. So it's
Mhm.
somehow because I connect so much and freely, let's say, to the spirit, it's very easy for me. So the numbers, they are somehow feeling for me very grounded, So it's something that it grounds me. So I started, doing that. And I couldn't sleep tonight. And now because it's numbers, numbers, numbers. So the more I learn, I ask people, okay, when is your birthday? I calculate, and I can start understanding the personality or like something a little bit more, than just like a. And I had this idea, and I wanted to practice just like out of curiosity. If, for example, to do an aura reading of a person, but what spirit will tell if, for example, I don't know if it's even possible, but I wanted to experiment like what will come out. If, for example, to say the personality, and I don't know, Jennifer, 6th of January, I don't know, ta this year, and what images I would see if the spirit could see the energy of the numbers and to tell me some some information to know. I don't know, it's just like I want to play with that, so that's why I was just
Mhm.
telling this to Dara, and that's it. So I don't know what it is, it's just like I had this idea, to investigate a little bit.
It's kind of
So,
like how do we bring in the aura journey and dreams to what is a special thing for us?
Through another portal, through another door,
Yeah.
let's say, also plus the numbers, or I don't know, I feel very, very curious. So I want to play with my spirit and to ask different things and just like to see like how I will feel things, how I gonna today I had a very nice reading actually. So I want to connect back, but not to be just okay, what I gonna see, to do some variety of things, while I have free time until aura 3 and 4. So
No, I
yeah.
feel the same about astrology. That's why I was
Mm.
resonating to what you were saying.
Irina, one of my teachers was not Nastasia, but her teacher. He was really into numerology, and he did a lot of it, a lot of numerology. And so I think your idea is, I've never tried it, but I think it's very good to experiment. Just be careful not to give advices for the future. But if you do it for yourself, it's okay. But to see the energy of the days, I think is really good. But numerology, it's really a very accurate science. It's amazing.
mm,
And I saw many times Michael doing it, and I was amazed what he could do with numbers. And through these last 30 years, I've seen that in the spirit world is like everything is mathematical. It's mathematics working all the time. It's amazing.
yeah,
Like
it's like our percentages and numbers and the age. So it's very, very precise, it's also very, it's like how they say the universe, how it works. It's all numbers and mathematics and very,
it's very precise.
calculated. Yeah.
That there is no gray zone. In the spirit world, there's no gray zone. Here on this this planet we live, in our cultures, everything is kind of grayish because, okay, we are, this is good, but it's not so good. This is a lie, but it's not really a lie. This is true, but it's not really true. This is beautiful, but it's not really beautiful. So we are very comfortable in the gray zone. And the gray zone is a space that makes everything kind of how can I say this? Um, for me, irresponsible. It's a place where you can become very irresponsible and very unconscious because everything is allowed in the gray zone. It's everything more or less. And when you start to be very aware in the spiritual dimensions and have talks or connections with the divine energy, nothing is gray. It's either white or black. Nothing is gray. An actual fact is white or black, but then if you go one step further, everything is light. But okay, first is light, then there is light and darkness, because that's our reality here. But nothing is gray, nothing. And very, everything is balanced. So, and it's about numbers. That's why in our reading we have so many numbers. Everything is with clocks, numbers, percentages.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see that. I mean, I never liked mathematics before, but once I started to do our readings, I was so fascinated with the mathematics of everything. And I remember one time was one of the first times that one of my oral reading guide explained me something about numbers in the spiritual realm and equilibrium. At that time, I had a lot of land. I had lots of lands that I had bought here in Brazil. So, and I met this couple, was very young and very, very nice people, Brazilian, but they had no money, no land, no house, nothing. So I wanted to help them because I saw their potential. And they were beautiful people. And they were very young. And so I thought, well, I have so many lands. Why don't I give them one for them to start their lives? And then I thought, well, but they have to build a house. So maybe I give them two or three so they can sell some and then build their house and start their lives. So I gave them 3 pieces of land. And then at one point I was doing an oral reading and I was telling my guides, I was so excited and happy about this. And I said, I just gave them this. And they said, well, you made a very big mistake. And I said, what? I made a mistake for being generous and loving. And he said, yes, because you upset the order of the universe. You gave too much for them to handle. And now they're going to feel the weight of it. And they showed me like, how do you say, balanza, scales. And they said, look, once you put that there, your weight of everything they received now is theirs, it goes down. And your one goes up because one goes down, one goes up. So they will feel heavy. So one day they will have to, either they are aware of what happened and they're going to give you back, not maybe money and lands, but in honor and gratefulness and happiness and friendship, they're going to give you back what you gave them, or they're going to feel very upset with you one day because then they have to carry this weight that you just gave them. You don't know this, but once you give, there is a law that you can give up to a certain point. It's very, very good. It's very It's very spiritually correct to give up to a certain point. But if you give too much to a person that is not even asking you, then you might upset the balance. So then you have to give them the opportunity to do something in return, even if it's to plant a tree for you, for example, or with you. So then I started to learn about I was asking more and more information, and I realized that everything is in balance in the universe, has to be in balance. So this is why this law of giving and receiving has to be always in balance. But it's not, you can give land and you can receive a smile or just love or gratitude. It doesn't have to be land. You can give an embrace or a help to somebody that is needing it, and you can receive money instead, for example. So, but it has to be balanced all the time. And it's all with numbers. This is what amazed me, was to see so many percentages and numbers in this. So I never forgot this. There was many, many, many years ago. And everything that this guy told me, it's happened, everything. Just as he said, it took years, but it happened. So I feel that your experience with numbers, if you experience it, or you try it from a very correct spiritual way, it's going to be very interesting, a very interesting research. So I will be very happy to know what you discover meanwhile. But always remember to do it spiritually correct. That's all. That's what we always have to do when we want to do an investigation, then has to be correct. And then we have to try it many times on ourselves to see how it works before we start to do it in other people.
Angel,
Okay.
Thank you.
can I share what I saw? Because
Sure.
I saw something here related to that. It's what I saw is that aura reading can give a warmness to the numbers, because if you include an image, you can see it even more, how it happens for that person in a personal way, according to the present moment. So it could give like a more sense of, yeah, this is how I felt, warmth, and even more accurate to what is happening to the person in the present moment, with the consciousness that the person has nowadays, how this is manifesting in a more practical way, somehow. I
Because
feel that it could work in a very interesting way. But
because you know what, Dara, how I see it, because in numbers you have like positive, because it's energy. Each number represents energy, and you have it in plus and in minus, because it's always dual. You have duality there. If you go align with yourself and you are unfolding, let's say, and it's exactly how in the best way unfolded, you go that. But if you go on the minus, you go to that like lower energy, let's say. So this is where it's interesting, where I see, like, if, for example, yeah, someone is feeling, okay, yeah, I have this controlling in me, and you cannot release it from yourself because it's in your number, and this is a part of your character to be in control, to control. But okay, let's say if you don't control, how not to control someone, but to control more, to control your own life, but also to understand, this is where you can kind of, I believe, open the aura and to see where the help can come, like to align it, or where it comes from, or why maybe even you were incarnated with this number, on what you have to work through that. I don't know. I believe that it can unfold some interesting moments. We will see. I'm still in the beginning. But also, you know what, Angelina, I will tell you something that it was so funny, because now I was, of course, reading about myself and everything I am. And it's like, it's funny because in my code, let's say, I have this, that my best, I have to be a teacher. I came here as a teacher on the earth, and that's why I always love to nourish myself and I learn. And actually, I go everything directly to the teaching trainings without understanding something. I even don't know the aura, what it is. I never done. And I went after directly to learn how to do it. So with my intuitions, I was going like that. And it's funny because I was telling to Angelina, I said, Angelina, I'm avoiding all my life. I don't know why. I really don't want to be a teacher, but everything brings me all the time. Even with the teacher Rose meditation, I said, I don't know how I ended up in this teaching training, you know. But after I see the numbers, it's like I have to be there to share this, what I accumulate, all this knowledge. So it's very interesting. So yeah, we will see. We will see. And thank you, Angelina.
Okay, and I would just like to share something with you, Irina, that you said something very particular. That you said, okay, if we are controlling, then it's our personality, and that's how we were born. Okay, that I disagree with you by what I saw. The control, it's always a distortion of a quality we have. You have a quality, and for whatever reason, through your childhood or birth or whatever traumas you had in your life or difficult times, it gets distorted and then it goes into control. So, control, it's not your true nature, it's a distortion of something that you bring as a gift, because we don't bring control with us. So, our personality adopts the control to protect themselves from being insecure, for example, or for other things. Being insecure is one of the most common ones. But control, in fact, is a distortion of using power in the correct way. When you have a lot of power and you use it in a correct way, you don't control anybody, but you are powerful and you can guide people, you can open spaces. If it's distorted because of whatever reasons it is inside of you and your personality took it, like, okay, this is my personality, then it's distortion. It's not you. So this is why I wanted just to bring your awareness to that many things that we identify with like our personality. I myself do it all the time. Like, for example, I say, I have no patience. I'm a very impatient person. Well, that is a distortion from a gift that I have. But it's not that I am impatient. My personality developed impatience, but I was not born like that. But due to the fact that I am very fast in in many things, and I see the world goes really slowly, even though it goes fast, but consciously, let's say, spiritually, consciously, for me, it's fast and remembering, and I see other people take ages to do it. So I became kind of frustrated because I want everybody to wake up right now without respecting the time and the evolution of each person. So it's a distortion that I created. So I say, I'm impatient, but that's my distortion. It's not real. It's not my reality. It's not who I am. I am not an impatient person. Actually, when I was born, I was very, very patient. That's why I have so many animals. That's why I took care of so many kids all my life. That's why I take care of plants, of old people, all these things that require a lot of patience. So my distortion, I recognize it is there. One of them, because I have many, but one of them. So once I understood that our personality kind of identifies itself with distortions, but behind these distortions are gifts, then you can heal or let go or bring consciousness to the distortion and receive the gift that you brought when you were born. And this is a beautiful process of healing where the aura reading actually is what is one of those tools for me that really, really helped me, because I can go further, I can go through, I can see behind the personality. So I use our readings for myself to see, okay, why am I so impatient? And then I go and look at my story and I see, okay, I understand it now. So I can work with it and release it. And sometimes it's very fast. So I wanted to share this with you. So, because so many times we make ourselves smaller than what we are. We are more radiant, more marvelous, much more powerful and illimited than what we identify ourselves with. We identify ourselves with this little human creature that is powerless almost. It cannot do much, and is kind of not so intelligent, and is controlled by pain and by suffering and by fear. We are not like that, really. So it's important to realize where you are, but at the same time, to realize not just where you are, but who you are. Because when you start to know who you are, and you can see where you are, the real transformation happens. So it's not like you create illusions of yourself. Many people say, you can create an illusion of yourself because you are not there. Well, I know I'm not there, but I know who I am, if I know right. At least I know a part of who I am, and I know this is not me. But it's something I have to deal with. So that's where I am, even though it's not me. That's not illusion. Illusion is everything else we do that makes us blind to who we are. And we will find out this when we die. I suppose in this life we'll have many questions, but when we die, we'll know, because we can see clearly. As far as I'm concerned, I imagine Irina and probably everybody here, but I'm sure Irina wants to know who she is while she's alive so she can enjoy it, right? And that doesn't have to wait until you die to really enjoy who you are. I mean, it's such an adventure to prepare our birth. And this is one of the things we're going to work a lot in Dora 4. It's such you know, it's really a creation, a gigantic creation to create a new human being to come. It's gigantic. So it's a lot of things have to happen for a human being to be born. So sacred, so unique. So why should we waste any second of our life? For what? So that's why I want to share with you, Irina.
Thank you.
Sylvia is laughing a lot there. You're happy with that?
Yes, I think it was very personal to all of us, what you were saying. And it does make sense. And it's nice. But when you were talking about, like, for example, control, it's also something that I have to deal with my whole life. And I think I'm starting to understand where I am controlling. But the next step is fine. I am a controller person. I'm controlling, but what do I do now with this? Like this is who I've been my whole life. How do you see how do I experience what it is not to control, which is a whole different work that has to be done, right? And I've been reading a lot on duality and how, shadow and light. But when you brought the example that, the distortion, the control being a distortion of perhaps a gift that we have that we're just not able to see or to acknowledge that we have that, it made what I've been reading about make sense. Because one thing is to read, but sometimes what I struggle with when you're reading about spirituality is okay, but how does this apply to my everyday life? What
Mhm.
does it look like? And sometimes it's hard to get concrete examples. And when you were saying that, it was like, oh, I think I'm getting it.
Yes.
So
It's
thank you.
sometimes there's a click inside of us. Oh, so it's not so difficult after all.
Right.
It's not something out of Mars or Venus that is going to be so complicated to understand. I don't have to go and do a 4-year university course to get it because it's simple, actually. Once you see it, it's simple. If you don't see it, it's very complicated because you are identified with it. The moment we identify ourselves with something, that's it. We are in a prison. Now, another thing that is very useful to be aware of when you were talking, Sylvia, about duality, we have our shadow aspects and our light aspects. Well, remember that we carry within us some beings or experiences from hell the same time we carry from heaven, right? Remember the attendant spirits? That is so perfection. It's such a perfection, this. Because imagine a human life with a gigantic work. I mean, the spirit needs 2/3 of its energy, not of human energy, but of spiritual energy, to create the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the etherical body, the all the bodies that we have, because we have more. 2/3 of its energy is used there to create all this. Then we have a whole family of spirits, trees, animals, guides, ancestors, other beings from other systems, all unite, all meeting together like a council for us to come and have, let's say, the most interesting and experience that we can realize ourselves and evolve, because everything's evolving because each of us is evolving. If we don't evolve as people, as personal, um, if none of us evolve, well, then also the conscious of the world doesn't evolve because it's all together. So, and there is so many beings that want to be born, so many, because of course you create karma here. And everything you want as a spirit is to harmonize what you unbalance. Any suffering you create anywhere, to plants, to animals, to people, needs to be balanced again. That's what karma is, unbalance. Then you need to balance it out. So you need to come back. So everybody wants to come back because of that. one of the reasons. Others is because you want to evolve and to realize yourself and to experience matter. So it's a miracle to be born. I mean, like the Buddhists say, that it's so difficult to be born as a human being, like if you were flying on the Atlantic Sea, ocean, and somebody throw one of these, how do you call these, round buoys? Well, a ring,
Life raft, life raft.
yeah, something like that, and a little turtle from Galapagos that are in extinction would put their head inside. That one time I heard a Buddhist monk saying that. So it's very difficult to be born. There's a big line waiting. It's a big thing. So if you are born and you don't know anything about how it works in this planet, imagine you have to learn everything from the beginning. And once you start to understand how it works here, you die. You have to go. And then you have to come back and do it all over again. So where is the evolution? So the attendant spirits are very, 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 very good, very intelligent um, composition, because they know what life is on Earth. They have been here. They don't need to learn it all from the beginning because they remember still. So they have the experience, they made their mistakes, they have their karma, but they also have their realizations. So then we already come with huge amount of helpers to help us to go forward and not have to start from zero all the time. And it's so much, there is so much compassion in this system where you take, depending on your vibration, you take, for example, 1 or 2 or 3 attendant spirits from hell that are souls that are suffering so much suffering, so much pain. They stuck there. And they can be stuck there for thousands and thousands of years because there's no time there. And they come with you. And their story, somehow, what they bring is going to help you in your realization, in your understanding. And you're going to help them to release their pain. That's why in spirituality, we say we have to embrace our shadow. We have to love ourselves totally, also our mistakes, also our darker side. We have to embrace it all, to love it all, and to heal it all. So we have to respect and accept ourselves as we are, and other people too. And of course, we also have the great helpers that come from the light, that they make us go faster. Now, if your vibration is higher, like it's here, like let's say one person is going to be born, the vibration is here, another one is here. This one here will maybe bring one attendant spirit from hell, one from heaven. This one here, that's much higher, will bring maybe 6 or 7 or 10 from hell and 6 or 7 or 10 from heaven, because it can handle it. The vibration is so big. There's so much, it's so high. There is so much light they can handle. And you will choose the most difficult ones, the killers. Maybe this one here will choose the liars, the one who have betrayed somebody, but these will choose the killers, the murderers, the rapists, the worst ones of. So he has to deal with a lot of darkness through its life. That's why it's such a big challenge. But also have the help of great beings. And this is perfect. And when you identify with something like control and all these kind of things, you have to always have in account that is a distortion of a gift you have, but also can be one of these attendant spirits that is very strong that has to heal that part, and it needs healing. So you need to embrace it and have compassion for yourself. Do you understand, Sylvia?
I do. It makes total sense. Thank you. Thank you, Angelina.
So
I'll try to have more compassion for me and for everybody else.
when you have compassion for you, for yourself, and that's why it's so necessary to have compassion for ourselves and love for ourselves. When you have love for yourself, respect for yourself, compassion for yourself, you're doing a great favor to humanity. It's not just about you, your what we consider our little personalities. No, it's about actually, it's about humanity. It's about humanity. And it's about all the beings that are connected to us, too. It's about those ones who are in such suffering that we are rescuing from that misery that they have, that they are. Because of their mistakes, okay, but there was their mistakes. They are there. So when you love yourself, you love them too. And that's healing. When you accept yourself with your shadow, you are accepting them. And by doing this, by accepting your shadow, you can accept the shadow of other people. And instead of creating separation with the seed of all suffering, it starts there. When there is separation, starts the suffering. So when you know, bring union instead of separation, healing happens naturally, by itself almost, when it's true, not when it's words, but when it's integrated in your life. So this is why you have to start by yourself. It's so important to do this work in ourselves. Many times we think, okay, many people want to heal others. It's okay to start like that up to a certain point. And then comes a point where you go, okay, I arrived here. Now I really have to look at myself. Because you heal yourself and you give yourself and whoever comes with you and all humanity the greatest gift of all. That is light, that is love, that is truth, that is a higher vibration, that is beauty, that is laughter, that is joy. But it happens inside of you. Because to give, you need to have. You cannot give what you don't have. So with the aura reading, we see all the time we see ourselves. We see the mirror of ourselves. We understand ourselves. We see so much we study so much about humanity. This is why it's so important to do many aura readings in ourselves and in others, and many experiences. So, I'm very surprised you're not saying anything, Sharon.
I just feel like I'm just being hit by one amazing piece of information after another, and I'm writing as fast as I can. I am so happy you're saying this. I'm just writing to myself what is this a distortion of? I feel like it's a whole nother journey. I'm overwhelmed happily.
And
At
it's
first
so
it made me very nervous I don't know if you were picking that up. I was feeling very nervous and very fearful, and then I just relaxed. So thank you. That's what I am.
It's so much more easy, Sharon. So much more easy to start by ourselves, by acceptance.
No, that I agree with. In my field, psychiatry, we actually could see the people who went in to heal others but not themselves, and they became very bad therapists.
Mhm.
And then some people came in and healed themselves and then left because they were done. And the rest of us were doing both at the same time, you know.
Yeah,
So it's in psychiatry, it's a big issue. It's a really big issue of whether people actually do the work or not. So many people don't.
exactly. I know. Because when you separate the spirit from anything, any kind of therapy, you are lost. You cannot win because the real healing, it's in spiritual evolution. That's where the real healing comes and the real consciousness arrives at us. Everything else that exists can help or not, but to actually do it has to be uh, in alignment with our spirit. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So, what about doing a little reading to each other about this subject that we are here talking about by looking at, let's say, looking at one of our distortions. For example, I can say, okay, I want to look at my distortion about being impatient, for example, or um, anything else you feel like you want to change or you want to heal in ourselves. Let's play a game and find out what is behind it. What is the distortion? What is the gift behind it? Let's look for the gift. Okay? So who wants to be read first? Okay, Irina. What would you like? What is the distortion you want to see the gift behind it?
So the distortion is um, this let me find the word in English, like a perfectionism, you know.
Uh-huh.
And it's like I always want to be everything so perfect, so it's like never good enough, you know.
Uh-huh.
So there is, I want to see what is after that, because at the end it just brings me that I accumulate but I don't act. You know, it's the same with knowledge, the same with the aura reading, like everything, even with my jewelry, you know, that it's there is something like holding, like it's never good enough. It's like, but it's like, but it can be like, it's not ready yet, you know, it's like this probably is a control and perfectionism, you know, is like something. I think this is it. So I want to see what is the gift there. So I
Okay. I will read that one because I already saw it. As you were talking, I already saw it, so I might as well read it. And then the next one, somebody else can read. It was not my intention to read now, but I saw it so clearly, I cannot let it pass. Okay, so let me just do the prayer. Everybody can do it together. Uh, As we read, we allow the cosmic and the earth energy to run through our bodies, opening the doors for which to become more aware of our spirituality and increase the communication with God of our hearts. So let us pray. Maybe with the blessing of the Supreme Being, that everything that happens in this reading will benefit each of us in our spiritual growth, understanding, and awareness. So it is now. Okay, so Irina, tell me your name 3 times in loud voice, please.
Irina Vaitenko, Irina Vaitenko, Irina Vaitenko.
So welcome, Irina. The first thing that I can see is a big golden sun that represents the Supreme Being and the Great Spirit, whatever you wish to call it. Underneath there is a rose, and this rose is deep, deep, deep indigo. And the image that I see here is that you I see two images, one before you were born and one already in this present moment. So before you were born, I see you like already kind of this shape that you have now, but it's all light. And you are having some talks. There's a council before you were born, and with different beings discussing your car, what karma you're going to deal with, which lessons, who is going to come with you, discussing all kinds of things. And you say, okay for everything. This is you saying, okay for everything, but I don't want to forget everything. I am tired of forgetting everything. Every time I go, I forget everything. I don't want to forget everything. This, I don't want to. And then there is one being who is smiling and saying, if you insist in remember, even if it's a little part of it, it can cause you some difficulties in life. It's easier if you don't remember anything and you just learn with your lessons and you say, no, I want to remember at least a little bit. And then there's another one who says, okay, so what do you want to remember? Because there is so much. And you say, I want to remember how everything is perfect. So I never forget that everything that is real is perfect. And then there is a big smile in many of these friends of yours here. And they say, oh, there she goes. uh, travel times. Well, you don't care. You just say, I want to remember that everything is perfect so I don't get lost. Okay, so then you are born. I see you here being born. And then very early in your age, you want everything perfect. You start to want everything perfect. And you become a perfectionist. And because you don't want to forget that, you don't want to forget that everything is perfect in the spiritual world. So for you, it's really difficult to accept that in this world, there is not really a perfection, there is imperfection. But you insist that I don't want to forget that everything is perfect. So, what is the distortion here? The distortion is just that you brought your memory of the spiritual world that is still very active inside of you as everything is perfect, in order, organized, that you remember. And you want to live exactly the same in this world that is a world of illusions and of learnings and of forgetfulness. So then you get confused. And the distortion is there, is you bring a truth with you, but you bring it to, like, let's say, to a place that it cannot exist because it's a world of duality and it's a world of imperfection. So only by accepting the imperfection, everything becomes perfect. And you have not accepted the imperfection of this world or of yourself or other people. So nothing can be perfect. So you insist on it. So that's what I saw. Does it make any sense to you?
Yes.
It's a funny one, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Thank you. I can read also to someone who wants. I just need to charge my phone.
But do you understand that the gift behind it is your ability to remember the spirit, many things from the spiritual world? That is the ability. That's what you asked. You don't want to forget. So your ability is that. Now, the distortion of it is wanting that here is the same as in the spiritual world. So if you
Yeah,
understand,
why not? But why not?
why not? Because this is a school
Yeah.
for duality.
Yeah. Different train. Different train.
Yes, different. It's different. It's like in
Uh,
Greece is one way, in Costa Rica is another life, in Morocco is another one, in Toulon was another one. It's different. You have to enjoy all different stories of each culture and place and time. It's easy. It's only that.
Actually, it's interesting because now you just activated in a way the thought that I'm traveling a lot. You see, I left Ukraine. I'm living in Greece, and after with work, I was really working with different kind of people and cultures. And this really was, for me, uh, to accept, that everyone is very different, and also to learn it and to see it, So this is kind of all the time I'm in this path of learning something new and accepting, accepting people, accepting everything, but it's like never ending. I really need probably to accept finally.
Exactly. That's exactly that. Accept that the diversity of this world, because it's one of the beauties of this world. It's never boring, this world, because it's so diverse. So it's beautiful in that way. Accept the beauty of this world through diversity. So you don't have to want it to be perfect. Just accept the beauty. Beauty and perfection are um, the two themes of your life. They're always present. You're always looking for beauty and you're always looking for perfection. So these two go hands in hands. Meditate on those two and see. The beauty of the world is diversity, of this world is diversity. Once you accept it, everything will be perfect inside of you. Okay, next one. Who wants to be read? Laura? So that is going to read you.
Perfect. So my question is, when I lost the trust, and that comes trust in everything, trust in people, trust in spirit, trust in what I know. So ultimately, trust into myself. When this happened, because I used to trust so much, and then it was this switch, and I don't know when and how and why.
So let's see the distortion of it. That
Yeah.
is a lack of trust and what is behind it. Okay, Dara, go on.
So, Laura, can you repeat your full name 3 times out loud?
Yes. Georgiana Laura Florincuta. Georgiana Laura Florincuta. Georgiana Laura Florincuta.
Welcome, Laura. Be very welcome. So, the intention with this reading is to understand better this distortion of lack of trust and what is behind it, what is there if we look deeper. And the first image that I see is of a great golden sun that represents God, the Supreme Being, the source, or whatever you want to call it. And below, I see a rose that represents you, the spirit, in the present moment. And I see two colors. It's violet and an orange that is kind of yellowish, like it's the mixture of yellow and orange in this other color. So I will open to see what is there. So Laura, when I open the image, I see you as a baby, but as a spirit as well, something that vibrates here and that I can see, a lot of innocence, but an innocence that it's very particular here, that it's like purity, some kind of purity, and it vibrates very strongly here. It's like you can connect here because I am seeing that with a lot of beauty related to this world, but as well to the divine part that is manifested in this world, because I see like shapes of this world, you know, like beauty. I see images of nature. I see you connecting to high vibrational qualities here. And it's like the sensation here is that you fully embrace that in the image. And when you come very connected to that. This is very strong. It's almost like it's not exactly that, but if I want to give a word to that, it's a kind of faith, you know, on this. So it's like you are diving completely into that. But when you here, when you were born, and I can see, like, of course, different moments of life. It's in the images, like accumulating that. There is a shock in the energy here. It's like a shock. When you encounter what I see here is like low vibration experiences of all kinds, because it's not only one that I'm seeing here, you know. It's like a bath of cold water, you know, when you face it. And what I see here is that you don't understand exactly that. Oh, and the first one here is being shown that is like the very act of being born as well, you know, like it's the first shock. And for you, you don't exactly understand. And it's not that you get used to that, because you have so much connection to the perfection, so much perfection. No, it's like to this purity, to this innocence, that every time it's a shock. You do not get used to that. But it's something in you that as well is not lost. You know, I feel it's something in you that do not detach from it, because you have this reference and somehow it is with you. So every time it happens, it's very strong. But at the same time, I see that because you feel it as a shock, it disorganizes you. Like you get very disorganized. And then it take a time for you to redo yourself, to be in your center again, and to keep going and to keep living into that innocence. And in fact, I see you getting tired of being disorganized and, and having to put yourself again. And this is when you start, I see this very clearly here. This is when you start like protecting somehow, because for you it's very tough, all this movement. So you start creating a kind of barrier and protection that keeps you away from being, this is the intention, of being like this, all disorganized. But what I see as well, it takes you out from your essence. This is what I see, And I get a sadness here. Oof, big. When I see that, a big sadness starts appearing here. Because this is not who you are. And then I see clearly not trusting here. I see clearly not trusting, but you're not feeling yourself as well. And you are kind of lost here. I see as well the sense of feeling lost. So one of the challenges here that is I see here that it's not easy for you is to deal with this shock of reality, like is to manage somehow the contact with the shadow in any kind of shape that it can get, like the challenge and really be there, because I see somehow because of that you kind of separate from that as a defense, but in this way you cannot be yourself as well. It's like this is what the image is showing. So Laura, how is it for you? How it touches you, this image?
Yeah, you made me cry. I don't know. It's so accurate. I went to Marie Magdalene last week to the cave and to the forest, and I felt so much love. And I was walking this forest, and I felt like I'm walking my heart, and it's green like an emerald, and all the people I meet in this, it's an amazing place. It's just you step in and you're in another dimension. And I go to this cave and I just ask, the only thing comes in my mind, because I feel so much love there. She was love, she's the apostle of love. She just only had love. And I want to understand what is it between me and this love, because why I don't feel this love, I know it, I remember it, but I cannot really integrate it in my life. I cannot feel it, not with myself, not with another person. And I think, every time I'm in a place like this, I feel everything and everything makes sense. And then I come back to London and I start to move my things, and I get to go to do tests and this and surgery again and all this. And it's like, oh, I'm like, I can't believe I jumped from such a deep, I don't know, awareness to such a shock. It's always like this with me, exactly like you. And it hurts me so much because I just cannot see it coming, never.
No, I see that. It's not that you get used to that, Laura, but at the same time, it is beautiful, because somehow it's you sticking to that purity, this innocence that you have. But what I felt and what I see, like being here, part of the journey of being here is being in contact with the shadow. And somehow there is like a resistance of really accepting this part of being incarnated, So the question that Irina said, what is the talent behind it? It's kind of this innocence that is a strength as well, it's like to really see the purity of things. This is a talent, like this is something very strong in you, Laura. But there is like these, I am searching here for a better word to really be accurate in what I'm saying. And I feel it's like acceptance of the shadow, like say, okay, in this world, I have this, but I have this. So to be incarnated here, I need to learn to face this. I cannot be running away every time, because when you do that, as the image showed, you disconnect from your spirit as well. You cannot run away from that and remember your essence, your purity as well. It goes together. And you are like completely, out of yourself. So, yeah, I guess an important thing and step that this reading showed was like accepting the shadow, doing a work related to that.
Thank you. It relates a lot.
Yeah.
You see, that's why, Laura, when you were doing the Living on Light here, the path of love, you just could be yourself and go into that innocence and simplicity and beauty that you went into, because
Yeah.
there was nothing to prove anybody. It was just you with yourself.
I always long for something, but I don't remember what it is, this peace, this beauty around me, in every person. Like I felt now in this forest, I felt like very similar to there, because I was looking, and every person, it felt like a mirror of me. Like there was a lady that barely could walk, and I just saw a part of me in her. Like I saw her from everyone, and I realized it's a part of me, and it's beautiful, this part of me. Like, it's okay not to be able to walk. And I just gave her love, and I help her, and I felt like it's so beautiful there. And then I wish I could do this here, like I just wish this can continue, but I cannot hold this frequency. I always lose it. I have it, and then boom, and then again, and it's like this all the time with me.
But at least you recognize it. Then to keep it is another story. It's a lot of discipline and change of habits many times that implies. Maybe you should do really 21 days to make yourself very strong.
This is what I want to do in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and to face the matter, right, Angel? Because somehow this part of you like don't want to face the difficult part of the matter, So a good exercise, I feel it would be like, okay, I am in London here. I cannot, like, this is life as it is happening. So instead of like running away from it, it's like, okay, let's do it. I'm here because
so I'm not running away to Ibiza.
yeah, because Laura, I feel the only way to you to ground this light and this purity in this realm is to really being able to embrace it, because then your aura, it's like stronger, and you can hold your energy to really let it come, even with the challenges. So yeah, like no way out of it, because
So no more running.
yeah, because you have like these beautiful experiences where you can be in touch with the spirit, and when you come back to your daily life, boom. So like this integration will allow you to continue that somehow. And it's easy. I'm not saying like that it's something easy to do, but we are here, we are incarnated, and this is part of the journey, facing the matter and the challenges that we have here.
Yeah, I kind of find a little bit of balance. Like I went to Patmos, and I was every day at church. I have this in my family. It's not about religion here. Don't get me wrong. It's not about, the rules and what they say there, but just to go in the church was so. I prefer, instead of going to a party, to go every day at church every morning to wake up, and it gives me so much peace. Like I was having coffee with a priest that is a monk. Then I'm having drinks, like juices with the nuns, and like this is what I did in Patmos instead of going to parties, and it gives me so much comfort. But in the same time, I have no connection with my friends. They were like, "Let's go party." I'm like, "No, I need to sleep because I go to church."
But this is a good way to balance, because in your daily life, you can, to help yourself to deal with the difficult part of the matter. Like this is a gas, like a gas station for you to recover, not having to go away far, but like this is something integrated to your life as it's possible. So, I feel that this is something very nice, to find the places and the people and then and the connections in London that can remember you. And
Yeah.
that you are there facing like, okay, I have to move, I have my business, I have Sakra, I have the relationship with whatever, and you are there facing.
Yeah. Look, rose meditation put me back. Going to church put me back. I just have to do it every time I feel like I'm going crazy. That's it. No, rose meditation I do every other day in the morning. So
You can take it as like small showers, and then these big retreats, and this like a long bath, because sometimes we need
yeah,
them as well, like this long bath that I am like in the banheira. How is banheira in English? I forgot. Bath.
yeah, like a hot tub,
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes we need it.
jacuzzi. Okay, I got it. Thank you. It's so accurate. Exactly what I feel every day, like all the time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I take it for me as well, a lot of mirrors.
Thank you.
Spiritual jacuzzi, very good one. Okay, who wants to go next? Sylvia.
I want to read someone. Sylvia, I wanted to read you actually.
Okay, you read.
Here is your opportunity.
Ay, ay,
So
ay.
I've been debating on the many distortions that I can recognize, but I think I'm going to stick with control
Control.
and then see
Control.
what comes from there. And
What is the
then
talent?
practice.
Yes, behind that. What is the behind this?
Yes, I noticed that my control comes from fear of letting go. So, and I think that impacts on every aspect of my life, including spirituality, because I want to control it and it's not possible.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think
So,
that would be a good, very ample subject.
so should we ask the intention of the reading is to see how control became as a distortion or where it comes from, this distortion? What is how better to to conclude it in a way, this sentence? Let me feel, let me understand. Okay, so maybe we should ask where this control comes from and becomes like as a distorted, when it became distorted. Okay, but we'll see now. Could you please tell me your name 3 times, your full name 3 times?
Silvia Maria Campelo Coelho, Silvia Maria Campelo Coelho, Silvia Maria Campelo Coelho.
Welcome, Sylvia. You are very welcome here. And the first image I see is a great golden sun that represents the divine, the supreme being, the universe, God, anything you want to call it. And under this golden sun, there is a rose. that it presents you, your spirit in this present moment in relation, where this distortion as a control coming from for you, and what is behind that, what is the talent is hidden behind that. So we will see these two parts. So the color that I see is yellow. It's a very soft, like a pastel yellow with a little bit of pink. And the image that I see here is you are walking in the garden. You are holding the basket with roses, and there are like many roses and many flowers, and you cut the rose, and you hurt yourself with a thorn, right? Of the rose.
Right. Yeah.
And you, I see you like as you are now, in the same age. So when because everything is happening very fast, you are walking and you are cutting, and suddenly you had this bite. You are like taken your you have a blood on your finger, and you get very angry with that. Like you throw the scissors and this rose, and you leave the basket, and you want to cry, but also at the same time you are just angry with that, and you want to leave it all, and you are running, and you started running away from this field, and there is a lot of also like grass around you, kind of quite tall grass, and you're just running, and right now you don't have any feelings, but on the same time it's like kind of nothing happened, like you forgot about it. And because the energy is very different, it's like something like nothing happened. And you walk, you run back to the house, and there is a house with like a wooden fence. It's in the open space. It's not a field, but not mountains, but on the nature. And there is a wooden house there. And now I see you younger. You are like um, maybe 12 or 13 years old, and you're very slim, very sensitive and graceful, and you're wearing the dress with the small kind of flowers, and you are rushing because to the house, because it's like your family is waiting for you, and you had to do some job that actually you didn't do. It's like to take care of someone or something. And and now I see you that you are taking a bucket, like a metal bucket, like for the water, but it's empty. And yeah, it's like you had to go somewhere to bring this water to the house. And you just said like, it's okay, I will put it, and I will say that I forgot it. It's like I completely forgot about it. And because the tendency here is just for you like to be on time and to be at home and to be it's like to be present on time. So something that you had to do, it's like it's not so important as to be present there with the family on time. And it's almost like they are expecting you. Yeah, it's like very strict in a way. You have to be there. Um, so, and you come to the house, and there is a man, and you step on the like inside the house, and like in the corridor, and you have your hands behind, and you very politely is a member of your family, but he's older. And you very politely like tell almost like good morning or like good evening, sir, in a way, and um, very elegantly went to the table. And at the surrounding at the table, there are like many um, members of the family, and there is this person, but what I see, it's like ahead of the table, where is like one person. There is It's a masculine, but it's a man, but it's not really a man. It has like a Taurus head, red Taurus head. And he's kind of not angry, but you can feel that he has this kind of like personality that is better to behave in a way. So everyone sits. There are also some other kids. Everyone sits very straight, etiquette, like by the etiquette, and the way everyone holds the cutlery, and it's kind of silence. And there is no food on the table, and everyone is kind of waiting for him to say a word or something, like for this feast or this dinner to begin. Because I see like the some people at the back, like not maids, but some people that they are helping, and they are holding like those dishes. But the house in general, it doesn't looks very like a palace, or it's very like wooden, just a very nice house. But yeah, so you have this um okay. And you are sitting the further, like the last one, away from him. And you kind of prefer this way. Okay, so the message that I see from this image in in understanding where this control comes from is that maybe in your family, because here is like the family. So when you in your young ages, it's like you were um, kind of expected and very to okay, wait, let me because it's like many images like on the same time, and I want to understand, because there is a two situations here, right? It's like you now with the rose, and you cut and you got upset and you just left it. And after, when you are kind of, you go back to your youth, where also you were expected in the certain way to be around your family or the close ones, that it was a lot of expectation to like preppy, to be formal in a way, to be on time, to be in the certain way. So this, even if you are asked to do something, you prefer, not to fulfill, let's say, what you had to do, but in order to be how like the people expect you to see you, like it comes, from the family. Does it make sense to you? Help me here, Sylvia.
It makes total sense, Irina, and it's interesting the way that you brought some of the images. Um, when anything hurts me physically, and I'm sure that emotionally as well, my first reaction is anger. I don't get upset, I get angry. I want to scream instead of cry, you know? And it
Mm.
happens a lot. And my father was very authoritarian. And so there was always that expectation of having to look in a certain way, behave in a certain way for a child. And as you were saying, I was like, yeah, I can see how I had to learn to control the situation around me so then I wouldn't get in trouble. And at times I had to make decisions as a young child on what is the least worst for me, like as an
Wow,
outcome,
yeah.
you know? So it's very interesting as you were reading to sort of be able to go and see, yes, I know it came from childhood. Yes, I know it came from the way that my parents parented me. Like, but it was very interesting seeing through your reading how that affected me in the sense that it was um like responsibilities that were expected of a child or reactions that were expected of a child that was not really doable for a child, with the maturity that you have. And so I kind of thoughts were coming to my mind like, okay, so now if I am really paying attention and controlling things, I can remember to then do things in a certain way or try to do things in a certain way. And if I do this, then I won't be punished. Um, so I could, it certainly made a lot of sense what you read. Um, and especially on the second part when you in the family. Um, with the first part, I think for me was what I could capture was more on my reaction. Like I don't cry much. It's really hard for me to cry, but oh, I get angry. And I know that that is also a way for me not to be in touch directly with sadness and my emotions. It's like I'm gonna be angry, I'm gonna scream, and then
Can
um
I can I can I say something, because now it's like
please.
understanding even more. I think the first part and the second part also are very connected, because it's somehow the way you react and act now. It's like you say in the physical, right? You get angry. It's like in a way, is the last. It's like, and the last body, let's say, that you need really to penetrate you and to hurt you, that is in order to like release, like to, and and anger is kind of like to release an emotion, right? Because we're keeping. So somehow it's like for you, in order really to get out of control, like from this what I see is like it comes to the physical, that to get you out of control, it's only you're out of control when you hurt yourself, and after you are like exploding or like you're getting angry, but after it's like you're behaving in a way, and like somehow for me it's like makes a lot of sense, these two pictures of you now and where it comes from. Wow, very
I
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as I hear you say it, I was like, yeah, of course. I control in a way and then I let go in different ways. And it expresses and explodes in different ways. It
Yes.
totally makes sense.
So what's the now what to find what is the talent now here behind this distortion?
Yeah, the gift. Yeah, the
The
gift.
gift.
Yeah.
So what is should I read what is the gift behind this? Should I
Yes.
or okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back because it's like interesting what is happening. Okay, so and now we're going to see also what is the gift is for you to understand what is behind all this like all this the distortion, what is behind that, this gift that is hidden for you. And the color that I see, it came very, very deep green, like the forest green with blue, like with the indigo blue. And uh, the image that I see here um, is hmm, you are standing, so there is a sea and the moon is like the full moon. And I see the line of the full moon of the water. And you are standing like at the inside the water, but at the beginning on this moonlight path. And you are completely naked and you are standing very still and you are standing um, in yes, very still and in surrender. And I hear those like those words that uh, um, like I don't know, but like I trust. There is this word coming is trust. And it's very dark and I see you like jumping inside this water in this like moonlight and you're diving in and you're diving in and you are underwater and you're going like deeper and deeper and the feeling is like you want um, to understand your limits on the same time. And you are turning on your back underwater, and I see you in the water completely surrendering, and you are just like floating. And this is like with this trust, it's like you are giving and letting like the element and like the life the this like just to trust. It's like whatever will happen. And you I see that you are slowly like just the bubbles are coming. You are really open with your open eyes, and you can see this light, penetrating in the water, in these dark waters, and you are just floating, and there is no sense of up and down somehow in your perspective and in this world in that moment. Everything is just one, and it's like it's it's like a one big substance. There is no end and is like no separation. So this is how you feel, and just slowly, and I can see the smile on your face, and it's like you wanted to challenge, like maybe even like to die, but it's like you knew that you would not, and you gave kind of to the universe this trust. And after, while you're coming up and you are safe, you kind of how is it, confirming inside yourself or yourself that you knew it from the beginning, that you have to, like, you have to trust that nothing will happen to you. And so you are on the surface, on the water, and yeah, and you are just now there on top, and the moon, and you are like really on this moonlight on the water, and the moon is above you, and you're just surrendering there. And you took this breath, like when you came up on on the surface, and it's like there is an excitement and a part of also like an adrenaline as well, but also this, they believe in your intuition that you can trust. It's like I kind of said the message. Anyway, I will repeat then. So the message that I can see from this image is that on the moment, even on the most challenges moment, that you may appear, or you can be physically or like emotionally, in your life, and sometimes you go like to the depth of a risk, or like you are like challenging in a way. There is always very strong intuition in you, and this, that it's like you trust life, and it's like you are playing in a way with your intuition. You do it before you know how it will end, but after, when it's the ending, how you kind of sense it, is like another confirmation for you. It's this trust. Yes. So this is a message. Does it make sense to you?
I suppose so. I suppose the hardest part of being a controlling person is letting go
Yeah.
and trusting, right? But it
Yeah.
seems that the gift is in there. By letting go
Yes.
of control, then I can access the gift that is underneath
Yes.
the trusting. And even you mentioned during the image, the unity, like being one with the elements,
Yes. Yes.
because that is part of our illusion, believing that we are separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so realizing when I trust and surrender, then I realize who I really am.
Can I
Yes.
just say,
Some
Was so
practice there.
beautiful. Wow.
It
yeah,
was.
I
Thank you
have
for
to
that.
go shortly, but I also felt that that one of your gifts was an incredible sensitivity that you brought in, so that you pick up on everything and you are emotionally sensitive. So if something comes at you, you really do have a reaction, and that some of it might be to protect yourself.
Mm.
Anyway,
That could also make sense. Yeah. Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah.
I have another meeting. This was quite spectacular. Before I go, I want to say that just that I'll be working on the fact that I over focus on myself. I'm getting so tired of it. So I'm going to start doing readings for that. I'm just so exhausted.
Next call, Sharon, again, we're all gonna read you.
Yeah. I would love to, I want to do a numerology with you too, so I'll be in touch, okay? Thank you
Yes.
all. This was spectacular, Angelina, totally spectacular. Bye-bye.
I'm celebrating with my maracujá.
Sorbet.
Grapefruit?
Passion,
Passion
passion
fruit.
fruit.
Passion fruit.
The first ones I managed to plant that are so sweet like honey. Never, I've tried for more than I think 10 years. I never managed. And now, today, I picked them up and it's the most delicious things in the world. So I'm celebrating this meeting with you girls.
Well,
And
I
now
hope
I fly. It's delicious. I would love
this is a metaphor for today. You
They
bring
so sweet. So
most delicious, quite amazing.
they
You
are all
you
golden.
planted it and we're experiencing it. It's wonderful.
In our spiritual jacuzzi. I love our spiritual jacuzzi, girls.
Me, me too. Next, so I'm so happy that you all came. I'm going to have to fly now to Diego's house. And if you can come here, Dada, we leave from here together. And I love you so much. Give you a kiss.
Thank you
And
for today, everyone.
ciao.
Thank you, Irina.